renovated Shanghai Jewish Refugees Museum tells the stories of Jewish refugees and their life in Shanghai during World War II, covering both the joy and sorrow. Shanghai, once referred to as Noah's Ark, was one of the few places in the world that opened its doors to the Jewish people.
Lucky for us that people that were escaped to Shanghai didn't face any persecution, and they had a very normal life. It was not rich life, but they had very normal, and they lived in harmony with Shanghainese community. So this story tells a story of hope, of kindness.
As a newcomer to Shanghai, Mr. Shapira hopes he can help promote the museum by working with local and Israeli tourism authorities to let more people, especially the young generation, learn about acceptance and kindness. The upgraded museum now houses more than 1,000 exhibits, nearly a tenfold increase from the previous 150 when it first opened over a decade ago. 6 sections trace the history during that time, as well as shine a light on daily life in the Hong Kong community. The curator says they are very thankful to the survivors, some of whom have shared their stories and donated their belongings from that period.
The history dates back 70 to 80 years, therefore many witnesses from that period have passed away. For those who are still alive, they were very glad to hear of the museum's reopening. These elderly people in their 90s have sent congratulatory messages to us via video. They also donated historical materials to our museum, which we cherish a lot.
It's the first time many of the exhibits are on display, including a wedding dress, whistle, and handbag. Chen introduced a travel document and wedding certificate donated by Brazilian violist Horatio Schaffer, whose parents fled to Shanghai from Germany in 1939.
He was very excited to find the names of his parents on the wall of names of Shanghai's Jewish refugees when visiting the museum in February last year. At an exhibition in Sao Paulo, he donated 105 items that belonged to his parents. They included some photos, their marriage certificate, travel documents, and media working certificates from their days in Shanghai. He said that these items belong to Shanghai, and it's time for them to be back home.
Since its opening in October of 2007, Shanghai Jewish Refugees Museum has attracted more than 500,000 visitors from 126 countries around the world to learn about the story of Jewish refugees in Shanghai from the late 1930s to late 1940s. Now, as the museum is about 4 times larger, it hopes to attract 300,000 visitors per year. Yina, Shanghai Live.